Who doesn't enjoy a good upset? Well, fans of the team that got upset, sure. Everyone else, on the other hand, enjoys seeing an underdog triumph. It's even more surprising and enjoyable when it happens over the course of a full playoff series. Here are the biggest upsets in NBA playoff history. By the way, make sure to click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our engaging videos and use that trigger finger by smashing that like button. Now let's get into it. Ready? The 2009 Eastern Conference Finals. The Magic wipe out the top-seeded Cavs. With 66 wins throughout the regular season, the Cavs were the best team in the NBA. All season, LeBron James has been an unstoppable force. The Cavs were even more dominant in the playoffs, winning their first 8 games. It seemed like Cleveland's year, and the title was there for the taking. Dwight Howard and the Magic, on the other hand, had other plans. Orlando won the first game in Cleveland and then went on to win the next 2 games in Orlando. Cleveland would win Game 5, but Dwight Howard would show why he is Superman by scoring 40 points and pulled 14 rebounds in Game 6. 1995 Western Conference First Round. The Rockets' run begins. On the surface, you might be puzzled to how this is even an upset at all. The Rockets were, after all, the defending NBA champions in 1995. They were also a number 6 seed with 47 victories. How could they be underdogs when they had Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler on the team? During the 94-95 season, the Utah Jazz were a fantastic team. John Stock and his dynamic combo are in charge. As most of us are aware, the Jazz in Salt Lake City have one of the best home court advantages in the NBA. Houston would have to win a game in Utah to win the series against the Jazz, who are favorites. It received 2 victories. The Rockets were down 12 points late in the third quarter in Game 5. Houston staged a furious rally and won Game 5, and the series, 95-91. Behind 33 points from Olajuwon and 31 points from Drexler. From there, the Rockets would go on to defeat the Phoenix Suns in a 3-game series before going on to defeat the San Antonio Spurs in 6 games. The Rockets would sweep Shaquille O'Neal, Penny Hardaway, and the Magic in the NBA Finals. This would be much higher on the list if the Rockets weren't so good. Houston won 9 games on the road during its postseason run, defeating 4 teams with 50 wins. An incredible and spectacular run that began with an unlikely victory over the Utah Jazz. 2001 Eastern Conference First Round. The Hornets sweep the Heat. In the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs, the 2000-2001 Charlotte Hornets were not expected to do much against a veteran Miami Heat team. The Heat had Pat Riley as their coach and had veteran leadership up and down their lineup. Anthony Mason, Brian Grant, and Tim Hardaway had guided the Heat to a 50-32 record, good enough for the Eastern Conference third seed. The Hornets, on the other hand, finished 46-36 and lacked the weapons and experience needed to compete with Miami. The 6-seeded Hornets, on the other hand, had other ideas. They were determined to be a factor in the playoffs with Baron Davis, Jamal Mashburn, and Eddie Robinson. All of the Hornets began wearing the same headbands as Davis and Robinson as a display of unity. The result was a surprising 3-game sweep of the Heat, who were heavily favored. Mashburn, who had been blamed for the Heat's past playoff failures, was especially pleased with the sweep. Mashburn scored 71 points and was a defensive force against his former team. He'd also hit 25 of his 25 free-throw attempts. Davis was also a big factor in the stunning sweep of Miami, as he averaged 20.3 points per game. Charlotte out-rebounded Miami by over 10 rebounds per game and kept Heat to a record low of 235 points over the 3-game set. 1975 NBA Finals. The Warriors sweep the Bullets. The NBA Finals in 1975 were supposed to be a formality before the Washington Bullets were crowned champions. According to experts everywhere, the Bullets were expected to sweep the Warriors. They were correct about the sweep, but completely incorrect about the team. The experts could hardly be blamed. During the regular season, the Bullets won 60 games and had knocked out the defending champion Boston Celtics in the playoffs. The Bullets, led by future Hall of Famers Wes Unseld and Elvin Hayes, were thought to have far too much talent for the Warriors to handle. Nothing that happened during the regular season would have led anyone to believe that such a massive upset was on the horizon. The Bullets won 3 of the 4 regular season meetings with Golden State. However, the Warriors were the league's highest scoring team, and it was clear early on in the finals that they would be able to score against Washington. The Warriors drew first blood in Game 1 with a 101-95 victory, led by Phil Smith's 20-point off the bench. After that, the series would move to the West Coast. However, because of the Oakland Arena was nothing in use that week, the game would have to be played at the Cow Palace in San Francisco. It did not matter much. Rick Barry scored 36 points in Game 2 for Golden State, and the Warriors won 92-91. The Warriors stunned everyone once more in Game 3 as Barry scored 38 points this time, and the Warriors took a dominating 3-0 lead in the series. Despite this, many critics predicted that Washington would come back and win the series. Instead, the Wizards blew a 14-point lead in Game 4 at the Capitol Center, falling to the Warriors in a game that featured a brawl between a coach and an opposing player. Whatever came of this, that didn't matter. After order was restored, Rick Barry would be put the final nail in the Bullets' coffin as Golden State prevailed 96-95 to claim the NBA championship. One of the biggest upsets in NBA Finals history was, and still is, Golden State's sweeping of the supposedly superior Bullets. It's the sixth largest upset in NBA playoff history. 2007 Western Conference first round. Down goes Dallas. We've covered a lot of ground to discuss some legendary upsets. The big one is the only one left. With a 67-15 record, the Dallas Mavericks were the number 1 seed in the Western Conference in 2007. The Mavs were picked by many to finally win a title to Dallas, and they're expected to easily dispatch their first-round opponents, the Golden State Warriors. Golden State finished the season with a 42-40 record and didn't reach the playoffs until the final day. This battle, though, has more to it than meets the eye. Prior to the series, the Warriors had dominated Dallas, winning 5 of the previous 6 meetings. Still, in the playoffs, with all the chips were on the table, wouldn't that all change? As you may have guessed, the answer is a resounding no. Baron Davis caught fire in the series, and in particular in Game 1, with a near triple-double as the Warriors cruised to a 97-85 win. Dallas would win Game 2, but the Mavs were essentially down once the series was moved to Oakland. The Warriors crushed the Mavericks by 18 points in Game 3 in front of one of the most ruckus crowds in recent memory, and then held on to win Game 4 103-99. Golden State came close to winning the series in Game 5, but couldn't hold on to a 9-point lead in the final 3 minutes, and Dallas won 118-112 to force a Game 6 in Oakland. It merely served to delay the inevitable. The Warriors saved their best for last as Steven Jackson rained down 7 3-pointers on Dallas. Davis came close to another triple-double, and the Warriors won 111-86, completing the biggest upset in NBA playoff history. If you're wondering why most people think this is the biggest upset than the 1994 Nuggets, it's because the Warriors won a best-of-7 series against the Mavericks. Would the Nuggets have been able to win Game 6 against the Sonics? Well, never know for sure. What we do know is that in a best-of-7 series, the 8th-seeded Golden State Warriors dominated a phenomenally good Dallas Mavericks team, and they did so in style. Magical moments are composed of moments like these. Those are the kinds of memories that stay with us for a long time. That is why it is the biggest upset in NBA playoff history. What do you think about the biggest upsets in NBA playoff history? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so we continue giving you the best contents. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.